boys and girls, welcome to Mean Girls Interrupted and our non-binary fellows.
Yeah.
This is John,
This is Travis,
and this is Mean Girls Interrupted.
a movie review and recap podcast where we just are voicing our opinions on all of the hard work people do to make these.
Yeah, we know it takes millions of dollars and hundreds of fine craftspeople to put together sometimes a real piece of shit.
We're never ever going to talk about those people in a bad way, because guess what? Sometimes things just don't work out, like your parents' marriage, and you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. So sometimes you just have to show up to work, do your best thing, and whether or not it's a great movie is none of your business.
But also, it's totally subjective, and you could completely love it. And that we love for you.
We love here at Mean Girls Interrupted. We love. And you know what we're talking about this week, Travis?
I don't know, but I have John, honestly, I think you're going to have to give me a hand here.
Oh,
because I don't.
Oh, I'll give you a hand. It's going to be haunted with the souls of 100 dead people. And it's called Talk to Me.
Sure.
If you haven't heard of the hit horror movie of 2022, actually.
It did come out in 2022.
Believe it or not.
Why did I think it came out this year?
You know, I don't know, but I felt like it also was a 2023 release, but it's not apparently.
So when did it come out? Like December 31st?
It had a long theatrical run. So it's fun. Yeah. But
that's good for them.
Yeah, great. And so Talk to Me is a horror.
Yeah.
With a nice modest runtime of 95 minutes.
John, a brilliant runtime. We do. We honestly love to see it.
Because directors make a lot of choices, and runtime is one of them. And a horror movie should not exceed 1.5 hours.
The max a horror movie should be is 2 hours, and that is if you can fill every minute with
suspense, high octane drama
and fun
and creepies.
Yeah,
that's what we want 2 hours to be.
2 hours is the max for a movie, almost, for me at this point.
Anything over 2 hours, I just automatically assume the director's a dick.
Set life, it was not it.
So this is directed by a duo of brothers. And it's Danny Philippou. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And Michael Philippou.
Well, good for them. I love not knowing how to pronounce your names.
Yeah. And this hails from Australia. It is an Australian film, and they let you know in the credits right up top.
They sure do. Which, you know what? Good. I like that.
I love Australia. They come out with some great movies.
And they come out with some great actors. We've had a lot of amazing actors from Australia.
I mean, where do you think Cate Blanchett's from? She's currently the queen and the icon in the moment.
I mean, could it be Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie, also famed Australian.
Could it be the wigstress? Nicole Kidman?
The wigstrinta. The wigstracinta.
Yeah.
Of Wig Mountain.
Yeah.
Nicole Wigman.
Yeah.
But also known as, not to be forgotten by,
Russell Crowe. Come on.
No, Nicole Beardsman, by the way.
Yeah, she is Bearden.
But she's fake hairing whatever, regardless.
Yeah. So, that beard, it's a wig.
Yeah, she is AMC at this point.
Why not?
Yeah. And
so also talk to me.
And we're going to talk about it. And
we're going to talk to you about Talk to Me.
It has a budget of $4.5 million, and I think they did a great job.
I agree. Yep. I feel like they used the budget well.
Yeah. I mean, what was that horror movie we watched last week? Smile.
I forgot about that one.
With a $17 million budget. Money laundering at that point.
Dude.
I don't know what they're doing.
John, that was the banana taped to the wall.
That was crazy.
That's a banana taped right to a wall.
Which is crazy.
Yep. And it sold for a lot of money.
Yes. If you don't know what we're talking about, that is an art installation piece, which is literally a banana taped to a wall.
And the literal definition of money laundering: art is only
Money
money being
laundering.
passed around.
Money laundering.
Cleaning it up.
Also, a lot of donut shops here in Los Angeles, money laundering. But they did make a gross in their theatrical run of $88.6 million. A profitable movie.
Good. I like that. That's okay.
Yeah. They deserve it, I would say. I would want to just say that up top.
Yeah, I also would agree with you on this.
Yeah, I would also say that they totally deserve the fair praise that they got. Yes. So anyway, so talk to me, stars, people that I'm scrolling down to find. Sophie Wilde.
This is her first feature. Just FYI.
Are you kidding me?
This is her first feature. I actually went to go
look an actress?
Yes. But so speaking of actresses in this, and we were talking about Netflix last episode, the mother in this, who has taken
Babadook
Sophie
fame.
Also, she was in Sabrina. She was one of the aunts in Sabrina.
Oh, the movie version?
Nope. The Netflix series.
Oh, you're totally right.
Yeah.
Was she in Babadook?
I don't know if she was in Babadook. I couldn't tell you. I just know she was in Sabrina. She's been in a lot of things, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. But Sabrina is where I recognize her.
Yeah. Oh, keep going. I'm just looking her up.
Oh, so what? Wait, what were we talking about? Oh,
we're talking about. Yeah,
I went to go look actress. For behind the scenes facts about this movie because I found it interesting enough to want to know. There's not a whole lot on this movie, to be honest, except for the fact that Sophie, this is her first feature. So good for her, because talk about it. I mean, she didn't just dip her toe in the water.
Yeah, no.
She jumped right in.
She jumped right in and did a masterful job. And she had to do different things. She had to showcase range whenever she gets possessed by these other personalities.
Oh, yeah.
And she commits.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was
surprised at everybody's possession. Yes.
Everybody's possession was different and also so well done.
Absolutely. I think and all of these actors are very young. Miranda Otto is not in Babadook. But she looked like the mom from Babadook.
That's okay, because you know what? Everyone is the mom from Babadook.
I mean, if you're ever going to speak a truth, that truth has been spoken by you.
Mother.
That truth is everyone is the mother from Babadook.
Yeah. So there you are. That's the end of the episode.
That's the end of the episode.
You learned something new here.
Yes. Yeah. So this actress, this actoire, Sophie Wilde, she's going places.
I agree.
Yeah. If she doesn't, I would say it's fully her choice.
Hold up. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's one more interesting fact about this movie. Is this movie, I think, was banned in Kuwait because of the transgender person in this movie, who is Haley. Is the character's named Haley?
Let's see here. Was it? I can't remember, but
I know their name. Truthfully, it's escaping me, their real life person name. They've been in things before.
It was Riley from Joe. No, wait, Riley's the kid. Never mind. That's played by Joe Bird. No. We are looking for.
Look for Haley.
Yeah, Haley. Zoe Terakes.
Yes. This movie was banned because of Zoe in Kuwait.
That's insane.
Why would you ban?
Because Zoe was good.
Zoe was fantastic.
Zoe was serving middle school bully, but
the worst kind, because this bitch is supernatural.
Yeah, so just to break it down, so What's our protagonist name? I am like fumbling right now.
Mia.
Mia, yeah. So Mia is who we follow along this journey, and she's
Bit of
sort
an
of
outcast.
a bit of an outcast. She's trouble going on at home after her mom has died, and so she's staying with close family friends.
Yes.
A friend that's closer to her age, and I don't know that character's name anymore.
I can't remember either. Sarah? Was it
Yeah,
Sarah?
best friend.
Yeah, her best friend. Is it Sarah? I don't know. I just
Yeah,
think that.
is it Jade?
Oh, it is. You're right. It's Jade. It
Yeah,
is Jade.
Jade.
I do love
Jade.
that name, Werk, because I love Jade from the Mortal Kombat series and
Me
her
too.
green. Oh, Jade was just so gorgeous.
Yeah, Jade wins.
Jade.
Flawless victory.
It's just flawless.
Flawless victory. So Jade and Riley. So she's staying with her close family friends. Her dear friend is Jade, and her younger brother is Riley.
Yes, Riley.
And the single mom.
Riley, call him Riley.
Yeah, call him Riley. He's crying all the time. Riley. Cryly face. So yeah, so she's staying over there, and they're just teenagers living their whole life. There's a theme of like detachment through phones and social media.
Yeah.
And Mia's sort of like needing a connection, blah blah blah. And for somehow
we didn't get into the cold open. You guys can watch this and watch the cold open. We're just going to get into Mia's part of this.
Yeah, cold open sets a nasty tone.
It sets a perfect tone for what this movie is.
Cold open if you're nasty.
And we all know you all are. You're here.
Yeah, you're here for the cold open.
We know.
Yeah, you're going to watch that cold open and you're going to feel nasty.
Yeah.
And then so Mia
goth.
Yeah, that's all I think about.
There's no other Mia in my brain.
Yeah, Sophia Goth and Mia Wilde.
I'm here for it.
Okay. So we establish a little bit of their closeness, dynamics, whatever, and acting, great.
Yeah.
Dialogue, natural.
As Kylie Minogue said, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 so far.
Yep.
And we
body,
know
10, face body, 10, energy 10.
10s all around 10s tonight.
Across the board.
It's a 10s for us tonight. And so so there's this sort of viral sensation going around their local high school community. And it's of the
community. I'm sorry.
Community.
There we are.
Thank you so much for correcting me. I'm sorry.
Of course, Travis. I'm always here for you.
Yeah, I know you are, and I'm always here for you.
Same Z's.
Same. And so there's a viral video of these people. They think it's a hoax, being possessed by this like relic, and they're like, "Oh, we have to go to this party and see if it's actually real." And see if we can do it if it is. And so Mia and Jade are like, we're definitely going to dupe our mom into thinking that we're staying home, but we're going to sneak out and we're going to do this thing. So Riley, little kid boy, is like, I'm going to go with you. And they're like, okay, cool. So they show up to this house, and then we get what's their face? Zoe. Who went and got this thing banned in Kuwait. Just kidding.
Yeah, good job. But honestly, work. If you are the type of person that can have something banned because of who you are.
Oh, I would put that on my tombstone.
I would put that on my resume.
It would be John Higgins banned in Kuwait.
Honestly, I would hire. I'd be like, we'll find out later why. This is the person we need.
Exactly. You know what? That's all I needed to know. But yeah, so Zoe is met right away, and they do not enjoy that Mia is here today.
No. Nope. Character's named Haley. So Haley's like, Mia's such a downer. She's so clingy. Why is this person here? And then Jade is like, you just need to get to know her. And then Haley's like,
Yeah. So Mia, a little bit of an outcast in her circles.
Yeah.
But you know what? Experiencing deep trauma does that to a person.
It can. It certainly
Yes.
can.
And it did it to Mia.
Yeah.
Mamma Mia.
Mm.
Yeah. And so
She was mothering.
She was mothering the house down, a Boots Riley. Yeah, so they are so Haley and the other friend, they they just kind of they introduce everybody here in the group. It's kind of a large group, including, not to be forgotten, Jade's boyfriend love interest.
Oh, right.
What was his name again?
I don't like Peter, probably. Peter?
Yeah.
Peter Paul.
Maybe Daniel, maybe?
Daniel.
Daniel, yeah.
Daniel was the one.
Daniel, played by Otis Donji, who is an actor.
What a name.
Otis. That's an interesting choice of a name, I would say. Would you ever name a child Otis?
I did love the movie Milo and Otis. I would name an animal Otis. Yeah. But I would never call an animal my child either. So no.
True. Okay, cool. So Otis Donji, otherwise known as his character name, Daniel, he's here too. And he and Mia may or may not have had a thing in the past. A romantic, sensual, maybe thing like that.
Spoiler alert, they did.
Yeah, they did. They did. Thank you. Yes, they did. They absolutely did. And so there's a hand, an embalmed hand relic that is placed on this table.
Covered in paper mache. And do you know how when you break your arm and people are like,
get they rub on your cast?
That's the same energy.
Same energy.
I love that energy.
I love that energy too. It was very much an embalmed hand cast in plaster.
And people probably were passing that around parties as this thing traveled across the globe, writing their names on it or writing anything on it.
Graffitiing it, tagging it.
Tagging it in their own way.
Yeah. And so I liked that detail. It was cool. And so the whole party trick is you have to, and this is demonstrated by Mia, who goes first today.
She wants to be included so badly that she's like, I'm down for possession.
Also, she's feeling a little reckless. Also, she is in grief. Her mother has died under suspicious. The dad, who she is estranged from, has said that the mother has died because she accidentally took too many pills, but she knows the truth.
Yeah.
But no confirmation. So she sits in front of this hand, and as soon as you grip it like a handshake, you see a dead spirit in front of you. You grip
it and you have to say, talk to me. And then it's instantaneous, which I thought was such a cool feature, because I'm like, you're not waiting for anything. It's there.
Yes, it's not going to creep up through like a mystical mist, a cloud.
No, it's there. It's sitting in front of you, plain as day, corpse, all of it.
Yes, these ghosts are very visceral. They are not see-through. They have their practical effects makeup all in the fashion in which they died.
Yep.
And it's a new one every single time,
which is cool.
You release it and touch it.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's almost like being at a slot machine.
Right. Oh my God. I love that.
Thanks. But so she gets freaked out. She has confirmation that this thing works and is real.
Oh yeah.
But the trick is, the thing they gotta do is they have to say, I let you in. Is that right?
I let you in.
I let you in. And that lets the spirit that's in front of them, that's talking to them, possess their body. And so Haley and her friend are very well versed into the rules of this hand. You can't be possessed for more than 90 seconds? Otherwise, things start to go bad for you.
Yeah, things can go very south.
And, as soon as Haley says that warning, I'm like, okay, so we're going to go over 90 seconds and things are going to go bad.
Yeah. So
Cool. But
whoopsies.
thank you for establishing really set concrete rules.
Which I like rules in things like this. I don't even care where the hand came from. You've given me rules now. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Those are served on a spoon, and a spoon is in my mouth, and I am swallowing the rules.
Oh, just so swallow.
Yeah. So, so she does say, "I let you in." And she gets possessed. Her eyes go jet black, and she becomes a completely different person.
That's because, as she says in a line in the movie, you become a passenger in your own body.
So yeah,
it's
they
like
take
move
the driver's
over.
seat.
As they said, move over because we got this.
Yeah. So she starts saying some really creepy things.
Sure.
And she points her finger in focus onto the little boy Riley.
This is a very intense scene.
And she says to him through the voice of this dead person coming through her, like, "Oh, he likes you, and he's standing right behind you." After the door flies open,
and he's going to split you in half. Run, run, run. If somebody said they're going to split me in half, it'd be like, which bathroom?
Yeah, I'll be like,
but
don't
this
threaten
is
me
not,
with a good time.
This is not the same. This isn't the same thing.
It's not the same thing at all. This is more like murder.
Yeah, this is like, you better run, actually.
Yeah, and the chills I got in this scene.
This was such a good scene.
It's a very, very good scene. And it's all done in like a fun and games way, which adds to the menace.
Which is where the anxiety started for me, which you got my text from.
Because there are two opposing things going on. There's
because I'm like
terror and dread, and also fun and games and laughter.
Yeah, and none of this. But the environment too. Like the room it is so poorly lit. That lighting adds this element to like. I'm not joking. When I talk about lighting, I look at lighting and I think this looks. It
seemed uneasy. Intentional though. It seemed intentional because
that's what I'm saying.
The rest of the movie
also follows the same.
Yeah, I think it was
you see the same lighting in their house later down the road.
Yeah, it's really weird. And
yellow, gross, like your energy bills must be insane. Like get an LED.
Guys, sodium vapor does not belong indoors. But yeah, like this scene, it sets the whole movie into motion, which I love.
It really does.
Yeah, and it's just like
the cold open sets the tone, but this really just like it drives the point across. Yeah,
they shouldn't be messing with this thing.
Girl, if somebody told me you have to hold this hand and say, talk to me, I would be like, no, there's not one way. I saw the videos. I believe you. None of you, I go to school with you. None of you are smart enough to fake this.
And the thing is with this embalmed hand, you have to have another person present to pry it out of you.
John,
time.
Yes. I'm not touching this. I'm not in the same room as this.
No, I'm not in the same room as this. I am not going to these parties. I am not watching the videos. I am not doing any of this other thing.
That social circle, dead to me. You're all dead to me.
Like, what kind of demented ass teenagers are you to be willfully possessed over and over again? Because they do experience a high and a rush.
They do, but they're so bored with their phones these days that they're like, let's talk to
live with the dead. So
hard pass.
Absolutely. No one's coming into this body except for
those invited. And I am not invited.
Nobody dead anyway. So things go awry whenever they can't pry. Mia goes pretty crazy, hard.
You can tell Haley in the scene too is like, it's 83 seconds, get it out. And she already knows at this moment,
things have gone over. She goes overtime. She goes overtime.
Oh, she does. And it takes two people to pull the hand off.
Yeah. And so things obviously are going to go awry after this, but after everybody has a turn.
O'Reilly. I just had to.
they go, O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And not sponsored by O'Reilly's Auto Parts.
I was thinking about Riley, the character.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. They do go O'Reilly.
Yeah. So they go home fully disturbed. And
except for Mia, she's not. She is floating. She is on cloud 9.
Mia's like, I cannot wait to come to the next get together.
She's like, that was amazing.
When's the next function?
Honestly, that hand, I'm tired of it being on the exterior. Get it in me.
Yeah. Like, I'll just let it live inside forever. Yeah. So she goes home and she starts to, she kind of has, they all go to sleep that night, but Riley, the boy, is unnerved.
He's terrified.
So he tries to go sleep with his sister in his sister's room, but she's kind of a bee about it and is like, hey, you just go. First of all, how dare she? You all collectively experience terrifying supernatural things that are confirmed. And you're not sympathetic to your little brother?
John, she was sexting with Daniel. She did not care one bit. She was like, get out of my room, you worm. And then she made him go away.
And so he goes to Mia, who is obviously like more of a big sister to him. And he sleeps on the rollout on the fold out couch with her. And then we see in the middle of the night while he's asleep, a hand take his phone and put it down and then caress his face. And it's a ghostly, ghastly hand.
Yeah, it's not Mia's hand.
No.
That hand belongs to someone else.
It looks to be the guy that wants to split him in two.
Very much that.
And so, so the next time they experience the hand, it is at where is it? It's at Haley's house. Yeah.
No, it's at Mia's house because it's not. No, sorry, not Mia's place.
Mia, Jade, and Riley's house.
Jade's house, because Jade's mom's like, you better not be throwing a party, you little witch. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they all play it up. And then mom goes to work. And then guess what?
They have a little tiny gathering to do supernatural things.
Knock, knock at the door. Guess who it is? It's the hand.
It's the hand. And it's here to hand it to you.
Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah. And so they do it again, and Mia wants to do it again.
This, can I tell you, this is actually the moment I text her. I'm like, this movie's giving me anxiety. I have to put it down because the way
I feel you though,
John, the way this scene played out, where it was just constant possession and it went back and forth from all of these different
montage
and characters being created. And I was like,
also the way that they're being filmed and their mannerisms and their gestures are
like, get me out of this room.
It's manic.
Get me out of this room. It really is manic.
It's mania. It's very effective.
It's so effective, John. It really.
I feel like it was the intent of the filmmakers, and they did a good job.
It worked well. The scene was probably one of the best scenes I've seen in a movie in a while.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And these actors delivering these crazy personalities.
Each one has to be different too.
And also, none of them had inhibitions.
Nope.
They had to do crazy stuff.
Yeah, they probably
were selling it.
They said, "I bet you the director was like, wing it."
Yeah, that's
do
crazy.
What you got to do.
I'm too like those actors. Hands off, hats off, and also hands off.
Hands off, girl. Hands off. First off, for real.
Yeah, like never touch that hand. It shouldn't be on in the first place.
I'm not exaggerating when I say this truly is one of the most impactful movie scenes as far as horror goes. That had made me feel a type of way where I was like, I have to step away for a minute because I wasn't prepared.
Did you leave before the scene culminated into what it culminates into? Or did you watch all the way to what happens to Riley?
I had to stop before what happened to Riley and then picked up and I was like.
And then this happened to Riley.
And then I was like, cool.
Yeah, great.
So I left nothing behind.
No, you did not. You just came right back into it the worst moment of the thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Riley, all the big kids have done the whole thing with the hand. They gotten possessed, experienced the rush and the fun, and
except for Jade and Riley.
Except for Jade and Riley. And Jade doesn't want to do it. And
Jade's smart. She's the smartest person in this movie.
Right. I mean, like, yeah. And so, but Riley really wants to do it.
Or why? He was so scared. Why would you want anything that was
I think he wants to be included. You know what? It's doing that drug whenever it's like, I never really wanted to smoke weed in high school, but everyone around me was doing it and I wanted to be accepted.
I get it.
Like I would even smoke weed whenever I really didn't want to.
I totally get that.
Yeah. So I think this is that idea.
Right.
And so Mia's like, you know what, Jade, quit being such a bitch and just let him do it. We're here. No one's going to film it. And we have him taken care of. And she's like,
Jade storms out.
Jade's like, do whatever the fuck you want. I'm going to go. I'm not in this party anymore. So Riley sits down and does the thing. And he has reservations once he's only able to see the spirit he's seeing in front of him at this point, and he looks over at Mia and is like, I don't know about this. And she's like, do it. And so she does it, and he says, I let you in, and he is possessed by Mia's dead mother. Yeah. And that things get serious.
It gets real bad real quick.
And then, but after he says something really sweet and says like, I love you both, talking about her and her dad, and that she's very sorry. It's very emotional and moving. And then things take a turn inside of Riley where he starts to choke and something else is taking over him. And then he's some force within him is slamming his face extremely hard and very painfully into the table over and over and over again. And then his violence ensues.
It's so crazy.
It's a lot to watch, I would say.
It's understatement.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
And then they try to clamor to help him, but he in the chair fleeing over to another end table by the window where there is a very sharp and jagged corner to a dresser and slams into it not once, but twice. And Jade storms back in and she sees what's about to happen and saves his life by blocking his head impacting the dresser drawer corner with her hand.
Oh,
very well saved, very much saved his life.
Very much so, but also probably ruined her fingers.
Crushed.
Like
shattered.
This scene was so crazy. Also, at this point, just so you all know, 90 seconds is the longest you're supposed to be holding this.
He was holding on to it for a very long time.
Riley's now been at, which they say later, 4 minutes because of Mia.
Because Mia wanted to continue talking to her mommy.
Because she's a selfish bitch.
She's like, you know what? How long has it been? How much time have we got? 3 more seconds.
It's totally
hand on it.
I know, fine. It's fine. I know better than all of you. Don't let go of that hand, Riley.
Yep. And this is what happens because of it. So Riley ends up in ICU looking rough.
Oh.
Rough around the edges, I would say.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
He looks crazy, dude.
The makeup
department, great job.
Painful to look at.
Hats off to all of you.
Yeah. Disgusting.
You did a good job. That was brutal.
Yeah. So there's automatically like a full-on rift between Mia and her very close family friends, basically her surrogate family at this point. They push her away because of her decisions. And she is distraught and the police were called and everything's blah, blah, blah. And then whenever Mia gets home, it's revealed she took that hand. She backpacked it home.
Oh, she did. She said, I really like this hand. Also, I hope Haley doesn't miss her flannel because I also really like that.
Yeah, I took that too.
So I took the flannel and I wrapped the hand in it.
Yeah. And she's getting neither of those things back. And
no.
Yeah. So she has the hand, and the rest of the movie kind of just unfolds around what she needs to do to bring Riley back and
Mm-hmm.
save him because he is now being tortured by the owner of that hand,
Yeah.
which is a terrifying,
Not just
crazy
the owner of the
psychopath.
hand, not just the owner of the hand, but like whatever else
Yeah.
exists inside this.
Yes. Which we don't get the full picture in this movie, but I feel like
Yeah.
we might in future installments of
I
this movie.
I could certainly hope so.
Yeah. So what we can say at the end of the day, there's a lot of struggles to get the answers of what needs to happen in order to save Riley. But long story short, um, they through some trial and error with the hand.
Mostly error.
Yeah. And a lot of so Riley, having gone over her 90 seconds, is being manipulated by the spirits, being duped by the spirits,
Oh,
and
Mia, not Riley.
oh,
Riley's in a
sorry,
bed.
Mia. Yeah,
Mia's
Mia
being duped hard.
being super duped hard.
Oh,
She's being poop duped. So she's none of these spirits can be trusted, and not even the one of her mom. She's being like revisited by her mom, but and her mom is like, you know what you have to do? You have to put Riley out of his misery and kill him.
that's the only way that he can be saved from all of this torture. You must stab him.
Yeah,
Also, why? Why?
exactly.
Like, why? But Mia doesn't know any better because guess what? She just really misses her mom.
She really misses her mom, and she's going through a lot.
Oh,
But also, I feel like the spirits are wearing her down and clouding her judgment to such a degree
they
that
are.
she doesn't know which way is up at this point.
Well,
So
she doesn't even know what reality is anymore. The lines have blurred completely between our
yeah,
world and theirs.
yeah, she's like completely lost. And so she takes Riley from his bed and is going to push him into traffic.
Hot. I mean, give me, honestly, you know what that scene was giving?
What?
Pearl.
Pearl. Instead of an alligator, it was
pushing
a
her dad.
river of cars.
She was pushing her dad straight towards them gators.
Yeah, yeah.
And Mia was doing the same, except for these teeth are made out of steel, girl.
That's very true. So she at the last moment we realize that the vision of her mom's ghost isn't her mom's ghost at all.
Not at all. It's the fingers. It was those fingers that took Riley's phone.
Yeah. And so she makes the right decision and doesn't toss Riley in front of cars. She tosses herself in front of cars.
I actually have a question for you.
Okay, let's ask it.
I'm going to ask it because it's the appropriate time in this moment.
Okay, good. I love an appropriate time of a moment.
Do you think she actually tossed herself or do you think Jade pushed her?
Ooh.
Because Jade was right there. And I don't think Mia had enough of a grasp of reality to differentiate. I think Jade pushed her.
Maybe Jade pushed her.
I'm not joking. I truly do. I was thinking about this. I was like, how is
it all
Jade
happens off screen?
Brother
That's why
so
we're
quick though?
Yeah, this is why Travis is asking, because this all happens in a moment off screen.
Off screen, all you know is Mia's now.
Yeah,
she is serving almost
Road Rash.
She's serving. Yes, she is.
I hope you like Road Rash because it is on the menu today.
Yep.
And so Mia, she kind of like comes to in the middle of the road and sees the scene. We confirm Riley is safe, but still mangled faced.
He is looking beat up.
Yeah. TBD.
We didn't even get
to
into
be determined on Riley's good.
We didn't get into the gruesome details that happen with Riley later. Possession never stops for him. You watch this movie, you can figure it out yourself.
Yeah. If you enjoy blood and hamburger meat on the head and face, this movie's for you.
Oh, perfect. It's perfect.
And so Riley comes to and everything is a little bit diff. it's a little bit different.
Yeah. And Mia's like, hmm?
Yeah. And so Mia starts to come around. It's obvious that she's in some sort of an afterlife based off the visuals.
Yep.
And so she's in the hospital. She sees her dad, who she thought that she had killed,
Yep. Leaving
walking
the
in another
hospital.
direction. And so she's chasing and running after, and all the lights in the hospital shut down, save for one little tiny amber candlelight. And so she starts walking towards that amber candlelight. And guess what is at the other end? She is facing somebody, a human, alive person, holding the same hand in some country somewhere.
Yep.
And she is the ghost that is being asked to talk to this person.
Yep.
And so this was giving, I like
really cool ending.
Really cool ending, because there's always that idea, that really cool idea of like the dead don't have any concept of time.
Nope.
And so within the time that she got up from the road and walked into the hospital and had that whole trip,
everyone was leaving. Riley was healed.
It's a few moments, and like, but so much time has elapsed that the same hand has found its way to another country and with another group of people
who have figured out how to use it or knew because of videos.
Yeah. So she's been dead for a lot longer than she ever even could know.
Which is so wild. This movie's crazy.
Yeah. So that's Talk to Me, everybody. I would say highly recommend to watch.
Yeah. There's not one part of me that's going to say, don't watch this movie.
I think it was great. I thought it was great.
If you are prone to anxiety, girl, take a Xanax before, because there are scenes in this movie, especially the party scenes, where that contrast between the evil and the fun really, really messed with me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not even scary. It's just the energy is so intense that I was like, I have to breathe.
It's menacing. Also, it sort of gives me like the same feeling that I would have whenever I was watching Willy Wonka as a little kid, because there was like that tunnel? Weird, no, not that. It was like whenever it was like this bright, happy, fun movie, but you know that kids are probably dying.
Oh,
or like sure. Like, where are they rolling this kid off to? Where is like where's that kid who gets sucked up the chocolate fountain? Like, where's he going? Is he all right?
They're turning violet. They never tell you what happens to these children either.
Exactly. That's that kind of a feeling. I'm like, okay. But anyway, so Travis,
okay, out of
how
10,
did you feel?
Oh my gosh, how did I feel? Okay, first off, I felt, you know how I felt.
Yeah.
You know how I felt personally, but that wasn't until. So I'm not going to be long-winded. I do this too often. So what I'm going to say is this: out of 10, out of 10 house parties where you stab your brother, I'm going to give this movie, like, truthfully, I don't have a lot of fault in this movie. I'm not going to give it a 10. I think I'm going to give it a 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to give this movie a 9 only because, and this is my only gripe. My only gripe is this. I feel like once everything happened with Riley and it felt like there were some filler scenes where they were talking about like in the house and they go to the subway. I felt like those scenes right there were like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
It just felt like they were, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, they have to like go on their like research and development journey.
Also,
and find answers.
Why it's not a 10, and this is not a problem for me, but I'm just saying, in comparison, since we can compare movies these days, this movie is a modern day Flatliners. So
fun.
This movie is Flatliners, but it's also done it in a way that's actually original. Like, it's still, you can tell that I think personally, because like when you're messing around with the dead, which is Flatliners, basically, they're doing the same thing. Like, good frickin' luck, friend.
Flatliners was creepy.
So 9. This movie's a 9.
9. That's totally fair. Yes. For me, however, I would say cool. Like everything we described leading up to like.
But out of what?
Okay,
out of
so
what?
one out of let's see here. One out of 1 out of 10. So out of 10, um, uh, dry humping the ground while
Oh,
French kissing a bulldog.
that
I
scene. Go, okay, go.
I would I'm gonna give it an 8. I loved
Okay.
this movie. I liked it. It was extremely effective. However, I do feel like going into the third act of this movie, it started to lose its flair a little bit.
It does taper. It
It
tapers,
does
right?
it does taper, and I feel like they were trying to force more involvement of the hand to solve the story, but it wasn't really hinging on the hand. I also wanted that hand to be cracked open, the encasing, and see what was really inside. And also, I didn't understand why the old man being the most menacing diabolical spirit of everybody that's attached to this thing. I wanted I wanted a history into that guy, that demonic spirit, like why he's so nasty.
Oh, he's just a bitter old queen.
He was a bitter old queen.
Bitter old queen. That's why he's so nasty. He was
Yeah.
born nasty.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see where this franchise goes. It's clearly going to be more.
It's
Clearly.
cool. I agree with you though. The third act does kind of like I'm sick of seeing the mom. I was tired of seeing the mom. Like I'm over it.
Yeah, like, we get it. We get it. Oh, she was giving Terrifier 2 mom.
Oh, right.
She was giving that.
Right. So
so if we are to hop on over to rottentomatoes.com.co.uk, the tomatometer is at 94 percentile.
oh yeah.
The critics love Talk to Me.
It's good. This movie's good.
Yeah, audience, a real crowd pleaser at 82 percentile.
There you go. See, so you're more audience, I'm more critic.
Yeah.
This time around.
Either way, I'm good. I'm not mad at a higher rating.
I wouldn't be either.
I think these filmmakers and these actors are going places.
The acting's really, really good. It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal acting.
I hope we see more of the actress who plays Mia for sure. But critics say with a gripping story and impressive practical effects, Talk to Me spins a terrifically creepy 21st century horror yarn built on classic foundations. And the audience says, Talk to Me has a fright-filled, fast-paced, and often unpredictable story that'll keep you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. Well, maybe not the finish really so much, but really the start of it. It gripped me.
It did. I like the way it ended.
Yeah. It was sort of giving like that same like pleasure I watch while watching a horror movie as like Barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like X and things like that. But it was and it's a nice, refreshing take on a possession story.
Right. And this movie's not too gory. So for those of you out there who hate gore, but you can stand a little bit, this is not bad. There's some of the ghosts are a bit grotesque. There is the Riley scene, which is really insane.
But it's such fast cut.
It is. Yeah. Well, there's 2 Riley scenes. The one in the hospital is pretty rough. As well.
I just feel like so bad for that character whenever that happens. I'm like, oh my, that's a part of like the wrench of it. Yeah.
But they told him. They said, run. And guess what? He just wanted to be a part. The moral of the story here is
they should not have been messing with that hand in the first place.
Nope. If you guys want to fit in so badly that you're going to do something that you truly do not want to do, go away as fast as you can because you will only get yourself into trouble. I'm not talking hand stuff. I'm talking real life PSA. Do not conform to other people's standards of what makes you cool. It doesn't matter because you might end up just like Riley, possessed by an old, angry,
creepy weirdo.
Queen.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, it's so easy to be possessed. I mean, everybody's had an old angry queen inside of them at some point.
It's still happening to me.
It's so funny. But, yeah. So, what conjecture before we wrap it up? What do you think is going to happen in the sequel? Is it going to involve Mia as a ghost doing the saving of the days?
No, I hope not. I hope not.
Anthology?
I hope it's an anthology. And here's why, because guess what? Her story's ended. Her story's over, in my opinion. We get to see the final act for Mia. And now I want to see what happens to someone else.
Also,
bring the terror.
Question: did all the ghosts that they are seeing on the opposite end of that table, did this all happen to them?
I
are these all
say that?
Are these all the souls that the hand has claimed?
John, I knew you were going to say that. I had the same thought. I'm so glad you're saying this. Yeah. I truly thought the same. And that's when I started questioning, was Mia's mom messing with the hand?
I don't think Mia's mom was there ever at all as a ghost. I think that was all a ruse.
Oh, all of like lies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now it makes me wonder.
Yeah, but I think I fully believe that the lore is
you become
all of the ghosts that are a part of the hand are ones that suffered the same fate as Mia.
Oh my gosh! So when you're saying "talk to me," it's just recycling spirits that are already
claimed and are now attached to it.
Wait, I kind of love that concept. Okay, no, we can't bring Mia back though. Maybe in some form.
Maybe she helps out.
No, I don't want it. Okay. I don't want there to be help. I want there to be just pure like
this is an anthology franchise.
No help.
Gotcha. Which can live on forever at that point.
Yeah, I do like that idea. Okay. I guess if Mia has to come back, fine. She's a great actress. Cool. I
want to see that actress. I want to see that actress blossom from here. I want to see her in big things.
Me too.
Talent. That one. Anyway, so that's it. That's the show.
That's all we got for you, everybody.
Yeah, that's been Mean Girls Interrupted, a movie recap and review podcast.
Yep, we just finished Talk to Me for our Halloween Spooktacular double feature. Yeah. We're going to have another one next week. We don't know what we're doing yet, but will know. It's going to
be a double feature.
You'll know when we know, pretty much at this point. And we're cool with that. There's so many things we could do, but I definitely want us to pick something I think we're going to enjoy.
Yeah, we're basically doing this for our enjoyment. We just want to watch good horror movies this season.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but we're just out to have a good time.
Yeah, which is what spooky season is all about.
Yeah. So if you like this, rate, review, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. Go talk to a hand. When you put your hand on that hand and you say, "Talk to me," tell that friend on the other end.
Yeah.
Mean Girls Interrupted.
You're like, you know what? I have this great podcast you should listen to.
If you're going to go talk to a demonic hand and you have 90 seconds to let it all out. You don't need a therapist, girl. That thing's dead. It'll never tell anyone your secrets.
No, you can't.
No, the contract, it is solid, but 90 seconds. That's all you got.
That's all you got. So rate, review, listen on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcast.
YouTube, go follow us.
Watch our faces flap our little gums and mouths on the YouTubes. And Travis.
And John.
I'm going to have to see you at the movies.
Roll the credits, you super slimy toes at the end of the bed that are being sucked by a demon, but it's not. It's Mia. Or is it?
Mia. Mia,
talk to me.
Mia's got all your toes in her mouth.
Every single one. She loves a foot.
Lapping up that athlete's foot.
She said,
yeah. Goodbye.
Bye. Hang nails.